Hello, I'm very excited to be with you today and share with you Human Heredity, Principles and Issues. Genetics is a relatively young science that has made major strides, and human heredity reflects those discoveries. This program is designed for the student who has little or no background in biology, chemistry, or mathematics, and will have personal, professional, or intellectual reasons for wanting to learn something about human genetics. The components that come with the program are the student book and their access to the digital platform MindTap. The teacher has their digital access to MindTap, as well as an instructor companion site. Human Heredity knows that knowledge and technology is rapidly evolving. The contents of Human Heredity have been rewritten and updated to reflect the most recent discoveries. Chapters are presented with clear, concise, jargon-free language, and chapters contain clearly stated concepts and examples to assist learning in a complex topic. Each chapter begins with a relevant example in the form of a case study, which provides students examples that can apply to themselves, their families, and their work environments. Topics include the use of DNA fingerprinting in court cases, the cloning of cow's milk, to name a few. These case studies are linked to another case presented in the Genetics in Practice section at the end of the chapter. Each chapter also contains a numbered outline of the primary headings, providing an overview of the main concepts. And then the marginal glossary gives students immediate access to definitions of many terms that they will be introduced to in the text. The Genetic Revolution emphasizes the past, present, and future impact of genetic technology on our daily lives. Accompanying questions are designed to be used for classroom discussion, research topics, and student presentations. Exploring genetics boxes present ideas and applications that are related to and extend the central concepts in a chapter. Some of these examine controversies that arise as genetic knowledge is transferred into technology and services. Images, charts, and tables make the textbook more visually appealing to better engage students. These tables and charts also help students to better understand the concepts being taught. At the end of the chapter, there are several features, such as a case study illustrating the impact of genetics in our society, a summary that restates the major ideas covered in the chapter. Questions and problems are presented under the headings from the chapter outline, and this allows students to relate the problems and questions back to specific topics. Human Heredity is on our digital platform, MindTap. It also has an instructor companion site with many additional resources for the teachers, including an image library, ready-to-go PowerPoint lecture slides, a video library, and more. Cognero, our online assessment suite, allows teachers to build tests and homework assignments from the question bank. Online assessment of these assignments is also available in the suite. Welcome to the MindTap platform for Human Heredity, 11th edition. So as we get started, this is the dashboard, and it looks very much the same for both students and teachers, and it's very easy to navigate through. First of all, on the left-hand side, you have your digital learning path. There is also a calendar view, and students may opt to use this because they can go directly into their assignments, and they just click into them and they can begin. Teachers will find it most useful to stay in this format. On the right-hand side, you'll see that you have some recent activity scores that are available. And on the right-hand side, we have our Mind App doc full of tools that will help make your life a little bit easier and support the learning of your students. When we take a look on the left-hand side, one of the things that we can do is that you can totally customize this learning path. If I turn this toggle, I have now revealed the fact that I have hidden Chapter 4 from my students. Also, the edit button is what you need to turn green in order to be able to make assignments. We're going to spend our time today looking at chapter number 2. And when I open up my Parrot, you will see that I have 25 activities available and ready to go. My students can see all of these, and if I want to, I can set due dates. I have taken the liberty to go ahead and give some of these assignments due dates, and that will populate on the student side as well. And you can see that this one was already due and has been completed by the students and turned in, and this was a practice assignment. So let's open that up so we can see what it would look like from the student side. This is exactly what the student will see. They simply go through. This is a multiple choice opportunity. And if they would like to check their work, they can absolutely do that. And you will see that this one was incorrect. So it will give me some more information if I would like to see that, and it will tell me exactly where I can go to get more information so that I am better equipped to answer this question. So the feedback is a really nice tool for the students. Looking back into Chapter 2, let's take a look at the next assignment, the discovery of how cells divide. This is an embedded video for your students. We do have closed captioning available.
Robert Remak is not one of the best known names in the history of science, but for me, he's a genuine hero for our story. Winning the professorship he deserved was always going to be an uphill struggle.
You can see that we have activities built in, such as videos. This next one, this carrot, will open up the number of readings that we have, and let's click in to this first reading. You can see that students have the ability to do annotations. Students have yellow, blue, green, and pink available for them, and they can also add post-it notes. You can see that. And teachers can actually send content that they've highlighted or created post-it notes. They can send it to their students' ebook as well. And the way I do that is standard click and drag procedure. I will get a drop-down box and I can choose my color to highlight. I can choose to add that little sticky note. I can even have sections of text red, or I can add a flashcard. If I'd like to add a flashcard to the current deck, which we provide for you, simply highlight the words that I would like copied and placed into the definition. And then I would add in my own word, my vocabulary. And when I click save, now my card has become part of the deck that is already here for me. And there are flashcard decks for the chapters in the textbook. Another feature that we have is the read speaker option. Students will get audio and visual support.
There are two cellular domains, the plasma membrane and the cytoplasm. A double-layered plasma membrane separates the cell from the external environment.
Students can also change font size if they'd like, and they can bookmark pages. Here you'll see a very captivating graphic as well as another embedded video, but teachers also have the option of inserting their own content. And they can do that by clicking their edit pencil, choosing an insertion point, and anything that they have in either Google or OneDrive can be added in. They can add web links from YouTube, or they could even add a URL to link to another web page. If you wanted to add a video, type in your keyword. You'll get a list of options. Choose the one that you'd like. Click continue. You can add text before and after the video, and it will show up in your textbook. Click continue. And here is the content that you've just asked to have placed into the student book. They can watch that video here without having to go anywhere else. If I scroll further down that page, I can also point out now that our bold vocabulary, if the students click on it, they will get a pop-up that gives them a point of use definition. Scrolling down a little bit further in our learning path, you'll see that we have a case study. We have case study questions in Chapter 2. So we get the case study to read through, and then students have another assignment that they can complete, and you can assign this if you'd like. And it takes on the same look as the other assignment. And then we have the chapter test. And anything that is set up for a grade can easily be changed to a practice session if you would like it to be. From our dashboard over on the right-hand side, we have a full ebook that students can utilize, and they have a study hub. I love the study hub feature because students can access their bookmarks. It will take them directly to the page that they choose to go to. They can access their notes and highlights. And this will include content that the teacher has sent to them. And they can create their own study guides. They simply select the chapter that they would like to have, the content that they would like to have included, all of the content, add the unit, create a study guide, and just that quickly, the students now have a study guide with their own annotations, those from their teacher, and all the vocabulary words that were selected by the text. And at the end, you'll have your instructor notes, and this will include flashcards that the students have made themselves. The last feature that I'd like to point out today is the Progress app. As a teacher, you can go in and check your progress here in this app, and you'll see that we have submitted assignments. It will tell you if there's one that you need to manually grade, and it's a simple grading process. You can open the work and view it. You also have access to analytics for your classroom. It will track what your class has done, time in course, the number of times your students have logged in, and the percentage of activities that they have accessed. You also can get this information for individual students by going into your gradebook. Of course, you see their grades. If you drill into that student, you can then drill into their assignments, and you can actually see the assignments that they have done. You can see the work. You can see that it was done in one attempt, what their final grade was, and you can do editing of scores, and you can also see what their answers were. Another item that you can see here is that analytical information on the student. So a lot of information is housed in this Progress app. One final thing that I would like to point out is the amount of study material that we provide for the students in our platform. So when I open the study guide Carrot, look at all the different practice assignments that I have that will help me get ready for my assessment at the end of the chapter. And notice that some of this comes as study questions, some of it is audio reviews, so a lot of different items for different modalities of learning. Thank you for spending some time with us today as I shared Cummings' Human Heredity. We are confident that this program will enhance and engage your students. We look forward to building our partnership with you. Know that you have our entire National Geographic Learning and Cengage team to guide and support you through your adoption process. Please reach out to your sales consultant if you have any questions.